Hey guys, it's Volkswagen Beetle here. Today we're continuing last video with part 2 of how to make realistic steam train code in Scratch. Unfortunately, last time I forgot to touch on one topic. So, going right back into it, you're going to see we have steam generation code right here. Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to put an if block. Sorry, my voice is a little raspy again. We're going to get an if block, and we're going to get two of these equal blocks, okay? We're going to put that in the if block. Actually, wait a minute, hold on. I think there's a better one for this. Sorry. We just find it. Here we go. What we're going to do is if fire status contains L, which means if the fire is lit and has coal or is just lit, then as long as this timer goes off and the fire is lit, the steam pressure will go up. Of course, if you wanted to make it even more realistic, which we are going to do for this example, we're going to make this an else block instead. If not, if you want to keep this like you want to keep the pressure up, then that's totally okay. You do not have to do this step, it's just optional. This else block is going to be the exact same thing as this one, but put a negative in front of both. What we're going to do is we're also going to put that there. So just so it can't go into negatives. Okay, now we're going to go on to the next step, which is going to be water code. Now, water code is going to be a little bit different from what we've worked on for the past. Water code is not necessarily going to affect pressure. In fact, water code is just going to make operating a steam engine harder. But since it's a steam vehicle, we're going to include it anyway. So, we're going to create a new sprite, and now is the time where you get to model your injector. Make it however you want, but first of all, you have to make the injector. Oh, sorry, just squashed a bug on my screen. Anyways, what you have to do is you have to start with an empty injector. So just make the injector however you want, but make it empty. I'm going to do an injector modeled off the S282 from Derail Valley. So it looks something like this, just like a little box. This is not to scale with the firebox, but who cares? It's just here for a tutorial. Okay, just make it real simple. Okay, there's the site class. Center it. I don't know, maybe put like a little valve on it or something like that. There you go. There's your injector. Then you're just going to put 0 or 0%. I did, oh, I did that backwards. There you go, 0%. And then you're just going to duplicate it, but this time you're going to make it. For this example, we're only going to make it have 25, 50, 75, and 100%, but you can make this however you want. So you can do, for all I care, you can do 1% or 10%. Just make it to where like it has at least 3 costumes. So 25% is going to be a quarter of the glass filled with water. Something like that. Naturally, the next one is going to be 50%. Here we go. Yeah, hold on, let's just make it a little bit smaller. Nice. Okay. 75%. There we go, somewhere around that mark. And 100%, which what we're going to do is, there we go, 100%. Now, once our clicked, we're going to make this be at 100%, because if you're just starting up a steam engine, well, you can make this at whatever you want, whatever percentage you think is best, but I'm just going to make it at 100%. We're also going to make a water level variable. This will be important later. Naturally, we're going to set the water level to whatever percentage you chose. So if it's at 100%, you're going to set the water level to 100. Now, hold on, do we have a special message for when the game starts? Yes, okay. Actually, hold on, we're just going to do that then. And when the game starts, it's going to switch to whatever percentage we want and set to whatever that percentage is. And we get a forever block. Now we're going to get like a random timer. This is going to be like how fast the water boils down. We'll do 10 to 30 seconds because that seems reasonable. Actually, we don't need an if-else block. Sorry, I'm tired. It's like midnight when I'm filming this. But anyways, we're going to get an if block. Same thing with the fire code. Not the fire code. Steam generation code. If the fire status contains L, by the way, I'm going to hide that variable now. If the fire status contains L, which means that the fire is lit, the water level is going to go down. Well, we're going to get an if-else variable block. I'm so tired. We get an if-else block, and we're going to do if the water level is not 0. Then we're going to change the water level by minus however many percentages, like, I don't know, however many percentages you want it to drop. It could be random. It could be a random amount for more, I don't know, randomness. But I'm going to do a controlled amount for this example. I'm going to change the water level by 25. For the other one, we're going to broadcast a new message called Boiler Explosion. This is going to be for a future episode, so stay tuned and keep up with the series for that. Now, we're going to get a whole bunch of if blocks. Actually, wait, I think I only need 3. Okay, now you're going to get, not that. Now what you're going to do is put a whole bunch of these in the if blocks for every single percentage, like however many this goes down by is how many of these you're going to have to do, basically. It's hard to explain, but basically what you're going to have to do is if you're following this example exactly, you're going to have to make an if block for every single possibility of water level besides 100. Okay. If water level's 50, I knew we needed one more. There we go. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to switch the costume to the water level percentage. Wait a minute. There you go. Wait, no, that won't work because it's has a percent. Wait a minute. Wait, no, that will work. We're gonna go back and we're gonna get rid of the percent just to make things easier. Save code, or not code, save frames, I guess. There we go. And that's your water code. Now, when we press start, oh, forgot it does that. When we press start, it should be dropping any second now. Well, any 10 to 30 seconds now. If the water drops correctly, we've done this correctly. I'm regretting making it go from 10 to 30 seconds. Okay, fire has gone down. Again. I feel like it's been 30 seconds. There we go. I feel like I've coded something incorrectly. This should work. Okay, it's at 100. 75. The heck? Great, looks like we're gonna have to do the hard way. I didn't want to have to do this, but games left me no choice. Sorry this is taking a minute. Oh man, future me is gonna hate me for making this video so long. Okay. There we go. Then again, just switch costume to water level. Okay, let's just see if this works. Yup. It works. Good. Now we need a way to refill the water. And logically, you're either going to get a when key pressed block or a when sprite clicked block. You can pick whichever one, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do the when sprite clicked because that's just the way I like to do it. Now, we're going to get another random timer. Typically, do this shorter than how fast the water boils. So 10 to 15 seconds. And then we're going to do not fire status, water level. Change water level by plus however many percentages you want the water level to increase. Oh my. It's fine. No, it's fine. Oh man, I just hate it when I do that by accident. The amount of times that's happened. Boom. Done. And now, whenever you click the injector, it should inject more water. Wait a minute. Make sure to do this. So you can't put in more water if the water level is at maximum. Because that makes sense, right? And there you go. You've just made water code. In the next video, we're going to do, I don't know, it's either going to be whistle code or boiler explosion code. So stay tuned for that. This has been Volkswagen Beetle. See everybody.